We know that the UK government lied to us on a regular basis, but we also know that they block any form of transparency, so it's a lot harder to prove that they're lying to us. But when it comes to digital ID, the lid has been blown off their lie completely. I'm not exaggerating this for the sake of the video. Hopefully throughout this video you'll understand how serious this is, and we seriously have a problem on our hands right now. So when digital ID comes into effect, the government are going to be using their one login system. The source for this is the government themselves, as well as many different MPs that have said that the one login system is going to be what's used for digital identification in the UK. At the moment, they've rolled out the very basic digital identification for veterans, so veterans can access services using a digital ID, and that of course is built upon the one login system. Now, what is one login? Well, the government say one login is their own internal platform that they've built by themselves, fully controlled and owned by the UK government, so no third parties can gain access to the information stored within one login. So for example, say if you're applying for benefits or something, you would log into the government website with your one login credentials, and that will allow you to check various different services available to you in the UK. Now, I need to repeat, the government have said that this is a system and software and data set that they've built, managed and maintained themselves, and it is fully owned, operated and contributed to by the UK government. No third parties. Well, a lot of people have been sending me this video from the Black Belt Barrister, and I could not believe it. And in that video, he refers to this clip, which has just surfaced online. Take a listen.
The scandalously insecure nature of the one login procedure. And I'm writing, I should tell the House, I'm writing to the National Audit Office to ask them to investigate it, because apart from the strategic weakness of having a single login, the government's handling of this has been a disaster. As early as 2022, the Information Assurance team responsible for ensuring the security of the system raised concerns that the system was being developed on unsecure workstations by contractors without the security clearance in Romania. When they ran a red team operation to try and see how secure it was, they broke into the system easily, would have been able to put malware in them, and they weren't even detected by the people running the system. So what will happen when this system comes into effect is the entire population's entire data will be open to malevolent actors, foreign nations, ransomware criminals, malevolent hackers, just their own personal...
To be clear, the government are saying that they're building the one login system, but what this actually means is that yes, the government are managing the project, but various different assets of the project are getting outsourced to third-party companies in different countries. Now, Romania is not somewhere I've ever been and not a country I know a great deal about at all. My knowledge of Romania is probably the same as the average person in the UK, but the one thing I do know is that a lot of cybercrime takes place in Romania. It is a hotspot for it. Now that comes with the benefit of having some really intelligent IT minds, but that also comes with the downside of things like hacking, corruption, cybercrime in general. There's a lot of downsides to the IT tech space in Romania, although there are some absolutely brilliant minds in that field. But the UK government have outsourced the digital security of our country to another country. Now, if I'm going to be honest, I have a number of issues here. Firstly, I disagree with digital ID completely, as you guys may be aware if you've been watching my channel. But secondly, if we're going to have digital ID, which I bloody hope we're not, but if we were to have it, none of that work should be outsourced to third-party countries. Then if we go a layer below that, what my next concern is, if we're going to be outsourcing to third-party countries to help with the development of our security systems, why go to a country that's known for its hacking, known for its cybercrime? And then the next concern down from that, they keep coming, boys and girls. The next concern down from that is why publicly, repeatedly state that this has been built solely by the UK government internally to the UK when it is public knowledge within government that it's been outsourced to third parties. Now, there's an even bigger issue, and it's actually an immediate security threat to everyone, so please stay tuned for that. But very quickly, if you're looking for a VPN, make sure you check out private internet access at the link down below. Not only can you change your location to one of 91 countries or 50 US states, private internet access don't keep logs. In fact, it's something that they've proven multiple times. So if you want to regain control of your internet privacy and get 4 months free and 86% off, make sure you check out private internet access at the link down below. Now let's talk about the serious issue at hand here. Now, we all know what white hat hackers are. They're people that basically come in, stress test systems, and show companies how their security systems are flawed. Well, in the case of OneLogin, that system was stress test. That system was basically put through its paces, and they essentially managed to crack it very easily. I've seen some conflicting reports about this, so I'm going to give you a ballpark. Some people said that the system was managed to get broken within 15 minutes. Someone said that it took a couple of hours, but essentially people were able to gain access to the OneLogin system and steal credentials for people's logins. Now, I will explain how the government dealt with this, but firstly we need to talk about what this actually means. Well, when it comes to digital identity, if your digital identity is stored within the OneLogin system, if someone gets your login information, well, that person can see everything that you see. So that'll be your address, your bank, your job, your tax returns, and pretty much everything else about you. Now, this isn't really a case of the government getting hacked. This is a case of the platform getting hacked that the government has built, obviously with the help from third parties. Now, to be clear, this isn't a problem for the future. This isn't a problem to think about when digital ID comes into effect. OneLogin is a system that's currently being used in the UK now. People are logging into OneLogin all the time to access various services and to check things like benefits and all that sort of stuff. Now, this means that if someone could stress test the OneLogin system and get into it with relative ease, well, it's very likely that right now, probably many different third parties have back-end access into OneLogin systems and are probably utilizing the data within it. Effectively, if you're signed up to a government service right now that uses the OneLogin system, you're not only going to be at risk, you probably already have been breached or are at risk. This is a massive concern, especially when the government is touting with chest and pride that they're building the digital identification system off the back of the OneLogin system. That's worrying. Now, of course, these issues and concerns were raised with the British government, and what they decided to do, in fact, we'll do this a bit like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire style. Do you think they A, fixed the security issues, B, sought to seek help from professionals who knew better about the security risks and explore fixing those issues further, or do you think it's C, they closed the platform down? Wrong, it was D. They decided to disband the committee that were responsible for overseeing the security of it. Yes, rather than accept there was an issue and a flaw with the system that they have in place, they just decided to get rid of the people that were saying it was broken. Tell me our government isn't corrupt and isn't authoritarian. You are being made aware of serious and severe security risks to a platform which holds people's personal identification, and rather than that going public, rather than you having to address it and notify people that their data could be at risk, or rather than having to spend the money, time, effort to fix the system, you just get rid of the people that are telling you it's broken in the first place. We can talk for days about the issues that are going to keep coming up with digital identification, but all of our issues that we thought would happen were kind of set at a ballpark of being quite a high standard. The issues that we initially had were things like Russia and China hacking into the government database to steal this information, but the truth is the security risk is far more basic than that. Any kid can send a phishing email to gain access to OneLogin credentials. Anyone can get hold of this information, and if someone's already managed to crack the gov.uk's OneLogin system and the government are aware of it and doing nothing about it, when it comes to digital identification for the entirety of the population, it just proves that the government touting the message that digital security matters and they want to make sure it's the most secure system and all of this shit, all of that bollocks, is complete lies. Absolute complete lies. I know I get angry and passionate about the whole digital identification scheme, and the only reason I get so frustrated by all of this is because once it becomes law, once it's passed, we can't go back from that. We can't go back from that. It is done. No government is going to want to give up that power because that power makes policing easier for them. It makes collecting taxes easier for them. It makes controlling the narrative of media and what people consume easier for them. And it allows them to access data about what you consume, not just online, but also where you go and who you see in person, what jobs you apply for, how much money you earn. The government can build up a profile on every single person in the UK. And after seeing all of this, knowing that the government lied about how the system was built, but on top of that, to add insult to injury, the system isn't even secure and they're aware of it and they're doing nothing about it, this is a problem. We need to talk about this. There is a petition in the link down below to, of course, petition against this. At the moment, it's got a couple million signatures. Ideally, it needs probably about 30-40 million before the government can't ignore it anymore. We need to get to that point. And all of you watching this right now are part of that message. And this isn't about me encouraging you to share my video out there. That's entirely up to you if you share this video around. But I do encourage you to share the link down below to the petition. because we need to make some noise about this. And I've had a lot of people in the comments say some very bizarre things like, why aren't I encouraging people to take action on the streets, and even people suggesting that I encourage people to do more serious things. Obviously, I'm not going to do that. I believe that there's a result to this that doesn't even require protest, because the truth is, and I mean this with all due respect to everyone who has protests, it doesn't do anything. All it does is allow the media to paint you as lunatics on the street. That's the way that it's been spanned by the mainstream media protesting. What we need to do is get this in front of people on an every single day basis so they can really understand the actual security risks that are involved here. This isn't about your political party. This isn't about what you believe is the best for the future of the country. This is about the very basic protections of your civil liberties and your right to exist in the country without being monitored, because this is, I'd say it's the first step to becoming like countries like China, North Korea, all of these other places. It's not the first step. We're like 5 steps in, but digital identification is the last stand that we have before we get tipped over that edge where we fall down the slide and end up into a wild dystopia. We need to start standing our ground as British citizens and spreading the word about this, because we are definitely in danger right now. The fact that someone could just leak all of your personal information and clone your ID, take out bank loans in your name because of a system that the government set up, is not putting the control back in the hands of us, which is what the government are saying they're trying to do. It's taking control away from us and putting it in the hands of the government, a government which clearly can't be trusted to handle our data. Make sure you check out private internet access at the link down below. With that link, you get 4 months free, 86% off, and it's the best way to support the channel. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and please make sure you spread the word.